Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Division. I am Death from Above. Today, I want to talk about a lot of things. 1.6 patch notes are out. They're here. They're ready to look at. The private test server for 1.6 and Last Stand comes out today. So if you're watching this and you have Division on the PC, you can get into the PTS right now. Go download that, get in there and test this stuff out. Last Stand is coming, new Incursion is coming, massive changes to the game, massive overhaul to the PvP system, changes to the Dark Zone, all these things are coming. So we're going to go over all of these patch notes, all the things that are changing, and just some highlights that I thought about as we go through them. So we're going to kind of go top to bottom through the patch notes, talk about the PTS, talk about the new game mode, the new Incursion, all the cool things that I think are happening. So if that sounds like something that you would be interested in, let's watch a little survival and have a little fun. So Last Stand is the game mode that's coming alongside 1.6, and what Last Stand is a PvP game mode where you have to control sectors of the Dark Zone, and it's an 8v8 PvP interaction thing, and it's purely PvP. It's not like the Dark Zone where it's like some PvE and you can PvP if you want to know. This is a dedicated PvP mode. You go in, you fight to control 3 tactical locations in one of 4 Dark Zone maps, and in order to capture the location, you have to control 3 objectives inside the location. Once you secure that, you start scoring points, and the first team to reach max score wins. So you'll also be able to fortify your position. I know my friend Little Wolf will be really excited about that. So as you kill NPC enemies inside of this mode, you'll get points. As you get more points, you'll be able to put things out like turrets, stationary turrets that stay there, fortifications, stuff like that. So I'm kind of interested in this. It's kind of the selling point for this. This is the one thing that is part of the season pass, so you have to have the season pass or pay for this. But everybody gets it at once. PC, Xbox, PlayStation, you all get it at the same time. I don't know the release date yet, but this is something that will be on the PTS after it opens. It's not going to be there right when the PTS opens. It will be activated at a later date, but we will be able to test it out. Now, I will say I do have this game on PC. I will be in the PTS. I don't know if I'll stream or upload any content from it, but if one, I haven't checked on the NDA status. 2, I don't know if my computer can do it. It's been real finicky about capping computer PC games, so we'll see. If I can, I will. If I can't, I'll bring you all the news, and we'll have fun talking about it. So we went over Last Stand. There is a new Incursion called Lost Signal. It takes place in a TV broadcast station. You'll have 3 wings to get through with unique combat scenarios, quote unquote, and each encounter will push you tactically, quote unquote. And at the end of each wing, you'll get a reward, and once you complete all the wings, you'll unlock the final boss fight. So that sounds really cool. Sounds like an Incursion that I might enjoy. Sounds like I want incursions in the Division to be somewhere between a strike and a raid in Destiny. Longer than a strike, shorter than a raid. And I think that's where they're aiming. I think they've fallen short of that in the last few, but I haven't played them too much. But those are the 2 things coming with 1.6, or alongside 1.6, but then there's 1.6 and the massive overhaul of the patch that's coming. So we're going to go over some highlights now for that. So this will be playable on the PTS now, and everything is subject to change as we play the PTS. So these things may change, but this is what we're looking towards. There will be a Dark Zone map expansion. There will be 3 areas, DZ07, 08, and 09, north of DZ06, that will be opened up. There will be Dark Zone leaderboards. Not too interested in that. You'll be able to earn rewards by participating in weekly and monthly activities. You can see how you stack up against other players. There will be contamination events in the underground in the Dark Zone, so you'll be able to go in, and it'll be kind of like survival, I imagine. You got to manage your health as the virus eats away at your filter. So basically, your filter's not good enough anymore. There's a lot of big bad cleaners in there, and you'll be able to clear it out and get rewards. And I do remember that you get the rewards. You don't have to extract all of them, so that's interesting. Next, they are bringing legendary difficulty to some of the missions: Napalm Production Site, Warren Gate Power Plant, and Times Square Power Relay. What this basically means is they remove all story from the mission, and they put in new AI difficulty enemies. So there's no checkpoints. You're just focusing on combat, And it sounds like you're going to be facing a lot of enemies like the hunters at the end of survival, so that'll be an interesting situation. You will have more options for character customization. So there's going to be new weapon skins, new backpack skins, new clothing, and you're going to have emotes. Finally, the Division is bringing new emotes. And there will be a premium vendor in the terminal to get some vanity item and the content. I imagine this is going to be like Eververse in Destiny, something like that. Combat changes, lots of stuff going on here. Nothing that really hits me as something that's going to crazily change the game, but there have been changes like takes longer to revive a down teammate. Yeah, medkits can be used to cleanse your character of status effects. Stuff like that. Dark Zone. You can now fast travel between Dark Zone checkpoints while you're in the Dark Zone. This is something that I really like. Okay, here's the big selling point to the Dark Zone for me now. Players no longer lose Dark Zone experience and funds when killed in the Dark Zone if they are not rogue. Hallelujah. That's everything I've ever wanted. And supply drops will now reward Dark Zone experience as well, blah 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 blah. But that one thing for the Dark Zone, that change, makes it worth it for me again. So I'll go in there and I'll just have fun. I don't care if you take what's in my backpack. I just don't like losing experience and funds when I die, because really I'm going in there to get those, not really extract anything. There's been a lot of changes to gear. Armor, how the armor stat works is now going to be health. They've added resist. It's very interesting. Gear talents have been adjusted a little bit. Character talents. Skills are changing. I'm not really interested in that. They're doing some tweaking to the sticky bomb and first aid and signature skills. I'm going to link all this stuff in the description. If you want to link to the patch notes, it'll be right there in the description. So go check that out. If not, just Google the Division Reddit or the Division subreddit. It's the first thing you'll see. So gear sets. The defense gear set, you're losing your shield's abilities now. You get just a tanky shield without any abilities as your 4-piece bonus, because I think that was a little bit OP. Reclaimer is now a support station gear set. Alpha Bridge, here's the change for me that's going to change how I play the game. Alpha Bridge now, the 4-piece set will give you the free talent on each gun unlocked under the other gun instead of all of the talents for both guns on each gun. So now instead of having a 6-talent gun, you're going to have a 4-talent gun. So basically that third talent that you don't have to use any skill or stamina or firearms to unlock, that's going to be the talent that's going to be on both weapons. And exotics, there's new exotics in the game. We'll get into that, but just remember this, that exotic weapon talents can't be used in Alpha Bridge situations, so they don't Alpha Bridge, they don't duplicate to the other weapons. So it's a big change that might make me switch off of Alpha Bridge. Tactician's Authorities tweaked a little bit. There's a new gear set called Seeker. It's a work in progress. The main talent is after 2 consecutive shots to the body, the next shot is a guaranteed critical hit. I'll try to get some of this on the PTS and see how it shapes up. That one and the Caduceus might prove to be a potent combination. So we'll look at that. But loot, high-end named weapons now become exotic, and they put in parentheses that this name might change. I don't like that they're calling them exotics, because that's straight out of Destiny, and I want the Division to have their own term for it. So they need to call them like Sterlings or something. But yeah, the high-end named weapons will now become exotic weapons. They comes with a new quality color, and they each will have their own unique free talent. So it'll be a special talent that is only unique to that weapon. So like the FAMAS, its uncomplicated talent will become an exotic talent, and it will only be available on the FAMAS. So I thought that was an interesting change they made for that, because I never thought that talent was that OP, but apparently it's very good, and I just don't know anything about it. And there will be ways to get these exotic items. So weekly assignment caches will now guarantee an exotic item. The legendary difficulty missions will guarantee an exotic item. So moving to crafting, recalibrations are now unlimited. This is another hallelujah moment for me, but they will get pretty expensive. I think after the 5th time it caps out, and it's just going to be that expensive each time going forward. So it gets really expensive anyway, so I don't know that that's too good. Weapon changes, there's a big long list of weapon changes. They list out all the exotic weapons and what their talents are going to be. So for instance, the Tenebrae scout rifle, marksman rifle that I really like using will have a talent called Lights Out. Destroying an enemy weak point resets all skill cooldowns for you and your nearby group members. I like that because I like using those marksman rifles. So the Tenebra is something, or the Tenebrae will be something that I will probably use more often. There will be certain exotic gear sets where you have to have 2 weapons, like the Liberator and the Centurion will have exotic talents that you unlock by having both of the guns on your character. So that's interesting. Other things, open world civilians will now drop target intel to help out with those HVTs. That's nice. Collectibles will now reward players with more XP when picked up after level 30. Yep. Survival, a few changes in survival, nothing major. High-end pistols don't cost division tech. Updated survival cache content, so it has the opportunity to drop an exotic. It no longer has a specific drop that weights toward weapons. Reviving players in survival, even team members will now cost a med kit no matter what. So no more going down and reviving, going down and reviving. It's going to cost you a med kit. Big change that I like, when matchmaking in solo PvP survival, players will end up in a guaranteed solo instance where grouping is not possible. That's interesting. You can still try to solo queue with your friends and hope they get in the same instance as you and just cooperate, but you can't join groups. So if I'm soloing PvP survival, which I do, you will be in a solo group. Players can no longer loot and kill other down players in PvE survival. I do play PvE survival a lot too, and that's something I would do, so that's an interesting change. And they have rearranged some supplies around and rebalanced things, so that's interesting. Some changes in the underground caches now guarantee 2 items instead of 1, and exotic items can drop from these caches, so underground might be a good source of exotics. Incursions that increase the weekly rewards on all challenging and heroic incursions, and then some PC bug fixes, so that's nice. I did see that the weekly assignment cache can also reward those exotics, so there will be some ways to get those exotics, and I'm actually really interested in that change because I want to have a more direct route to get those guns, but it should be interesting. So that's all the patch notes. Those are all the highlights I got. Like I said, I'll link them in the description, but PTS as of this video is live, or it should be live. If it's not, something's gone horribly wrong in the Matrix, but it should be live. You should be able to see it right now. Other than that, Last Stand and 1.6 will be playable. Last Stand, the game mode will not be playable until later. PTS will be up. I don't know if the new incursion will be up in the PTS. I don't really know how that works, but this will be my first PTS. So if you guys are on the PTS, let me know, and we might try to group up or something like that. But let me know what you think. Are you still playing the Division? Will this bring you back? This is like the 1-2 punch. 1.4 was the PvE punch. 1.6 is the PvP punch. The Division keeps getting better and better. So it's becoming an extremely fun game that I'm finding myself playing a lot more, especially when Destiny's in a content drought. So let me know what you think, and if you have any questions or if you want to play some PTS, let me know. I'll be there. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments, leave some feedback, and subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, it helps. And until next time, I'm Death Above, and I'll see you later. See you, bye.